I think one of my favorite topics, and we're coming across it right now, because I've done a lot of the harder emotions, but it's like this wanting to connect with something greater than yourself. And people get so tripped up on the wording. And I wish that we would stop before we even glob on to a word and question more about what does it feel like to not just have to rely on myself, because that is ego. We need ego. Ego helps us in so many ways. So we're not making our egos wrong here. But beyond, the ego is only going to take you so far. How do we know? It's evident. How far do you get every day? You wake up in the morning and you say you want to change, and then at the end of the day you're like, that didn't happen. Well, that didn't happen. All I do is beat myself up over it. So ego would love to have you disconnect. And the bottom line to it is, go outside one day and look at the vast blue sky. It doesn't end. It doesn't have a limit. It doesn't have a quantity to it. It doesn't have an explanation to it. It just is. So I was asked this question a long time ago. Do you think the universe is here for you or against you? And if you look for both, you'll find them. It's just true. So I go and I look at the blue sky and I go, there's no way that this is not for me. Like, it's so vast and so beautiful and it's so limitless. That's for me. Do yourself another favor and look at the wonder of how do we live between a ball that could burn us and another one that moves tides, the sun and the moon. And we're perfectly positioned to rotate with them. That's humbling. I don't care about conspiracy theorists. I don't care about what you believe in. Like, sit in the awe of that for a moment. Just sit in the awe of that. I think that is so important in today's world, and here's why. I think we glob on to spirituality as it's this quiet voice. Yeah, the quiet voice within is that spirit within. But I think we put on personas that, talk to a lot of people. This might cross some boundaries right now, but a lot of Christian people say, well, we can't get angry. We're not allowed. Bullshit. Jesus walked into a town and turned over the money launderers' tables. Don't kid yourself, man. We're meant to have these emotions. What we are is we're not allowed to have them run us. Every emotion, we were created. It was created within us. You're meant to have them. We make them wrong, or we abuse them, or we overuse them, or we rely on people too much, or we try to dominate people too much. These are the deep things of why I wanted to do a topic on spirituality. For me, I get up in the morning and I want to be guided in my mind by something other than the mind that runs my life every day. You can call me woo-woo, you can call me what you want. It works. It's just this sense of humility. I pray. I don't know if I'm religious or not, to be quite frank. I think Jesus is phenomenal, but I also think Lao Tzu was brilliant. I think Buddha was an enlightened one who sat and showed us some lessons. I think all of these world's wisdom teachers want us to work together instead of feeling like we have to grab onto something dogmatic and that's the only way. When you are in black and white thinking and you think that's the only way, you've cut off a sense of wonder. You've cut off your curiosity, your sense of awe. I'm madly in love with the mystery of life. That's what motivates me every day, is this mystery. Like, how the hell does this work? Like, really stop and think about that. They just showed an image the other day of how the earth breathes. Like, it made me cry. Like, the earth breathes. I want to get in rhythm with that. So you can get caught up by 3 letters. I happen to love the word God, and here's why. If 3 letters can make 8.4 billion people have a visceral response to it, whether it's repulsion, I mean, you name it, there's something behind it. Where did the word even come from? How was it even created? How were you created? Go ask a person to create an embryo into the baby. Yeah, we store them, we carry them. But where did that come from? The acorn becomes the oak tree. Where did that come from? A rose doesn't compete with a daffodil. A daffodil doesn't say to a lily, where do all these things come from? Like, you are so small in the bigger scheme, but yet you're so integral to this world and how we operate. And we need that right now. We don't need to fight one another, guys. We need to lean in with more understanding. And when you can trust that there's something so much greater guiding this, and the wonder of that, rather than the trying to prove it fucking wrong, your life will change. I'll guarantee it. You can call me and tell me if it doesn't. Because you're fighting for how you want to prove something wrong. Ask yourself, how's that working? What if you stopped just today in your spirituality and said, I want to remain more curious about this mystery. I want to kind of get to know myself at a level that where I want to connect with my body. I don't want to let all these emotions that I have just run me today. I want to take a step back and go, who am I? How do I engage with this higher level of thinking where my brain is actually calmed down enough to where every center of reasoning is gone? And I'm more trusting, and I'm not skeptical, and I'm more whimsical, and I'm more like, wow. If you could do that, you'd become more addicted to that than you do the drama of what's not working in this world. I promise.